Welcome to my first OpenComputers tutorial. These tutorials will be in no specific order, and I'm going to be starting with a program called Big Reactor Grid Controller by XyFreak. I shamelessly am going to use his disclaimer as well. I am not responsible for any exploding reactors or broken computers. As always, use these tutorials at your own risk. It may work in the video, but sometimes the code can break. Even though this says Big Reactors in the title in the video, this does work with the Extreme Reactors port in 1.12. This tutorial also assumes you already have a reactor and somewhere to store this energy. If you don't, check out my Big Reactor and Induction Matrix videos in the description below. Now, let's get into the tutorial. You will need to place a computer port on your Big Reactor. Once done, place a redstone flux power tap right next to it. Craft some cables and a power converter from the OpenComputers mod. Then, you will place the power converter on the power tap and connect a cable to the power tap. Run those cables to your computer. Go ahead and let the reactor run, as we will be using the reactor's power to run our computers for now. For this next part, you'll need a disk drive, a configured EEPROM with a Lua BIOS on it, and an OpenOS Lua floppy disk. Head over to your computer setup and insert the OpenOS disk into the disk drive. Exit the GUI and put the EEPROM into the computer and hit start. Once it loads up, type install and confirm you want to install OpenOS to your computer. Once that is done, it will reboot your computer, and when that loads up, you can remove the disk from the disk drive. You can get rid of it, put it in a chest, whatever, it doesn't matter at this point. I usually keep them just in case I need to use it again in the future. Now make sure you are in the home directory, then you will go ahead and type pastebin space git space -f space sj capital J lowercase I 0bum space start.lua. That line will also be in the description down below. You cannot paste it with OpenComputers, but just take your time typing it out and don't rush it. Make sure you get it right the first time. Once it's completed the download, go ahead and type edit space start.lua and make sure your screen looks like mine. If it is correct, you can exit by hitting Ctrl W. Now type in ... and hit enter. This will take us to the root directory. From here, type in edit space autorun.lua. This will bring up a blank Lua script. Once there, type os.execute parentheses quotation mark home / start.lua end quotation and parentheses. Once that is done, hit Ctrl S to save the script and then Ctrl W to close. Now we could just type in reboot and it will load up OpenOS and auto-run the Big Reactor Grid Control script. Don't go about clicking buttons just yet, as it can be a little confusing. Let me explain the GUI here. You have the energy last tick or RF per tick energy stored on the reactor and the control rod level. On the right we have our controls to turn the reactor on or off. Here you will also see the auto control. Here is where you can change the minimum storage level, which is where it will decrease the control rod level, and the maximum storage level, which is when it will increase the control rod level. Note, it does not turn the reactor off, it simply uses the control rods to reduce your fuel waste. If you wish to turn the reactor off, you can also turn it off when it's reached that level, but I usually just leave mine on. You're not going to use that much fuel. This concludes this OpenComputers tutorial. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to click that thumbs up, and remember to leave any comments or feedback you have on the video. If you liked the video, then make sure to subscribe to see more of my videos, and remember you can also join my Discord down below and follow me on the machine known as Twitter.